guys, Mark here, Wired Kustoms. It is Saturday at 7 a.m. We are all already here at the store getting work done. So yesterday we fabricated this panel. This panel's for a Dodge Charger. I wanted this panel to be really nice because customer has a really nice car and he goes to a lot of car shows. So we're just hooking him up. AKA, you know what that means. So here's the front panel. This is what's called a beauty panel. This will go right in front of the enclosure. This will be wrapped. This is where the port opening is on the speaker box. We're going to have a piece of plexiglass right there. We're going to have a piece of black bronze plexiglass right there. And then that's the flush mount for the 210s. The cutout looks like 12s because remember, it's the flush mount for the 210s. So it's going to go around the exterior of it. I'm going to go ahead and do one thing I don't think I've ever done. And I'm going to do a time lapse on me wrapping this panel. So you'll be able to see the work it takes to get this thing nice and pretty. It's a lot. And just keep in mind, this might look easy. This took years of experience to be able to wrap this panel where it looks flawless. A lot of stuff out there that gets wrapped and it don't look good. So we're not going to do it unless it can look perfect. So stay tuned. So we cut the piece of material that we need. We're using black textured vinyl. This vinyl stretches really nice. What I've been using for about 4 years now. So sometimes it's hard to get, but when I can get it, I get a lot of it. So rolls and rolls. All right, so we're going to apply glue to this portion. We're going to pull it off of here and then spray this portion. What we use is called a contact adhesive. There she is right here. Weldwood Landau top and trim. This is the industry standard. This is all that I would recommend to use. Would not recommend to use anything else with this material. Carpet's a different story. This material, I will not wrap a panel unless I have this specific product, because we don't need it coming up a month later, a year later, 2 years later. It needs to always be strong. So we're going to get spraying. I don't want this to screw, and I don't want the parchment paper to scoot around, so I'm going to tape it down real quick. If it'll stick to it. It probably won't. No, of course it won't. That's the whole point, right? It'll kind of stick to it. Not really, but it'll help a little bit. When you don't scoot around on it. And we're trying to place this in place. where that parchment paper is not placed. That's the only spot it's going to stick to. And that'll give us time to tack down what we want and what we don't want. I don't know if you have a great angle or not, but let's see if I can move it down a little bit. So we're gonna just get the corners and the openings as best as we can for right now, and then we'll scoot the parchment down. A long time ago, I didn't use parchment because I didn't think I needed to. If you go back years ago and look at my work and then look at it now, it's a totally different ball game. Now, we're not going to cut this part open until the whole thing is wrapped. Now, we're going to slowly slide the parchment back, and that's going to reveal more glued area. That's one piece, and then there's another piece up under it, as you remember. And a huge trick on this is to lightly press down to begin with until you get where you're trying to be at. Just lightly, really lightly. You can manipulate it so easy by pressing down lightly. You don't have to press down hard to begin with to get it in place. You do not have to do that. There's a lot of tricks that go into wrapping a panel where it looks nice. A lot. Like right here, it's trying to bunch up. If you look right here, it's trying to curl up right here. What we're gonna do is just lightly bring our hand across it. Really lightly, and it'll work itself out. If we get frustrated and just press it real quick and say, you know, screw it, it will screw it on you. It will mess up if you rush it. This definitely takes a lot of patience. I don't have a lot of patience, but I don't want to rewrap a panel twice, so I have patience temporarily. And everybody that knows me knows I am not a patient person at all. And we're gonna work in the center and then work out and then work out. That's how I do it. That's not how you have to do it. That's one way that works well for me and how I wrap. Now we can bring the parchment all the way out. We no longer need that parchment. And then we're going to work our way here slowly. Slow is key. Slow is key. You do not want to rush this process. If you rush this process, you'll be doing it again. For sure. For sure, without a doubt, 1,000%. There's a lot of people's work out there that looks like crap to me. It looks good to them, but it don't look good to me. Mainly because of experience, or they just don't care. Because if you still put it out and it don't look right, then you just don't care. It's not that you don't have the experience, it's that you don't have the experience and you just don't care. I don't think I've ever done a video on this. Ever. One other really cool trick I learned about a year ago is on these corners here, instead of pressing here and then trying to get this right, if you just pull down in the center, it automatically spreads it apart right in the center, it makes it easy. It's small stuff like that that makes you great or makes you not good. All right, guys. All right, guys, the whole front panel is wrapped. Now we're gonna flip it over. Flip it over and spray the back panel. If you notice, when we do the router work, we have a groove right here. We take a rabbet bit, which looks like this. This is the exact one that we used. And we cut in a small groove along the whole interior portion. That way we can tuck the vinyl and there's no, it won't hit up against the panel that it's going up next. I probably put more glue than what most people use, but like I told you in the beginning of this video, I don't want this to ever come loose, ever. Stay tuned. So many people aren't good at wrapping because they don't use heat. It's really easy, really easy. You just use one of these and turn it on. It makes your job so much easier. Why would you not use it? I have no clue. Hopefully you got a good angle there. We're gonna start at this corner here. We're gonna heat it up a little bit and then we're gonna pull it really hard. All right, we got some heat on it. We're gonna pull it straight up and over and add an angle. I can't explain the angle because it's confusing. It's a hard way to explain it. If you start in here, you pull that way. Starting here, you pull that way. Really confusing and hard to explain. Heat is your friend. Heat is your friend, my friend. Use your fingers to your advantage. You have fingers for a reason. And God gave you heat for a reason. Get that corner. So what we're doing is going along the perimeter here and pulling it up tight, nice and tight. Then we'll cut it and do some cut marks to get it just perfect. Marc here, Wired Kustoms, Dodge Charger, 210s. Come check it out. We did some plexiglass and backlit it with a white LED strip. We got some bronze black plexiglass at the bottom with the Charger logo. Supported box with 2 DD Audio 510s. Paneled out the easy way.
Come see us.
Come see us. WiredCustomsMotorsports.com. What's up, guys? Mark with Wired Kustoms. The Dodge Charger is complete. If you guys have any questions, we're here to help. 682-312-8817.